In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on October 16, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Pittsburgh Steelers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Pittsburgh Steelers in an inter-conference battle on Sunday afternoon. The Buccaneers held on for a narrow home win against the Falcons last week. The Steelers were dominated by the Bills in their previous action. These foes last met in 2018 in a game the Steelers won by a 30-27 score. The Buccaneers are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 road games and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games on grass. The Steelers are 3-1 against the spread in their last 5 home games and 0-3 against the spread in their last 4 games overall. The under is 4-1 in Buccaneers' last 5 games overall. The under is 5-1 in Steelers' last 6 home games. The Buccaneers are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 meetings. The road team is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 meetings. The Bucs know the team needs to play better after they almost allowed Atlanta to come back last week, and Pittsburgh is the worst team in the NFL right now. The Steelers' defense looked solid in the season opener against Cincinnati before TJ Watt got hurt, but the Bengals' offensive line has been inconsistent. Brady and the Bucs have been sharper on the road all year, where Tampa Bay is 2-0. Tampa Bay's season opening 19-3 win against Dallas looks much more impressive now that the Cowboys have established their defense as one of the best in the NFL. 9 points is a lot to lay on the road in the NFL, but the Steelers have shown no ability to consistently run or pass, and the Pittsburgh defense is struggling as well. Pickett was named the starter until last week, and he showed that he wasn't ready against Buffalo. Pittsburgh has also shown no ability to run the ball to take pressure off their rookie quarterback as well. Tampa Bay's defense has been inconsistent at times this year, but this unit has been very good against weaker offenses and better on the road. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are getting healthier by the week, and that offense is starting to really come along with receivers back in the mix. The Pittsburgh Steelers are non-existent offensively, and that includes being ranked 30th in scoring offense. The Steelers' defense is on the field too much, and it's played a role in dropping to 30th in total defense and 27th in scoring defense. This is a lot of chalk in the NFL, especially for a road team, but we have 2 teams heading in different directions. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Pittsburgh's offense is horrible right now, and the Steelers will face a Tampa Bay front 7 that is one of the best in the NFL. Tampa's secondary has been inconsistent at times, but the Bucs front 7, led by Devin White and Lavonte David, has been very strong. Pittsburgh hasn't been able to run the ball at all, and with a struggling rookie at quarterback, the inability of the Steelers to run the football has hurt them significantly. The Bucs defense has been very good against mediocre and bad offenses, and this unit has also been better on the road this season. Even though the Bucs have shown the ability to put up big points with Brady and Tampa's strong receiving corps, this team tends to be conservative with the lead. Brady is still 45, and he's not going to put himself in position to take a lot of hits if the team has a comfortable lead in the second half, as is likely. The Bucs will likely limit their offense in the second half once they build a lead, and Tampa should be focused on running the ball and shortening the game. I've been clamoring for the Steelers to start Kenny Pickett, and they've finally obliged, but it's still going to take some time to get this offense rolling under Pickett, as we saw against Buffalo. On the other side, the Buccaneers have their receivers back, and the offense is starting to follow suit. We've seen this team put up offensive duds even in victory. I believe that this is going to be a low-scoring and potentially one-sided game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Vikings versus Miami Dolphins. The Minnesota Vikings will be on the road visiting the Miami Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The Dolphins will be trying to avoid their 3rd consecutive loss, while the Vikings will try to keep their win streak alive with a 4th consecutive win. Minnesota is 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games overall and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games following a win, while the over is 4-0 in their last 4 Week 6 matchups. Miami is 0-5 against the spread in their last 6 games in October and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 Week 6 matchups, while the under is 5-1 in their last 6 Week 6 matchups. It's the starting debut of Skylar Thompson. The Dolphins never imagined their 7th-round rookie quarterback would be starting games this season, but the Kansas State product is poised to take over with Tua Tagovailoa and Teddy Bridgewater both sidelined. Things didn't go particularly well for Miami last week with Thompson under center against the Jets, and I don't see any reason to believe it'll get better this week. Thompson averaged just 5 yards per attempt with an interception and no touchdowns after coming on in relief of Bridgewater. The Vikings haven't been playing lights out, but they're 4-1 for good reason. With Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, and Adam Thielen, Minnesota has elite talent at the skill positions. Miami's defense has also quietly been struggling recently, and they've given up at least 27 points in 3 of their past 4 games. Letting Zach Wilson throw for 10 yards per attempt on them is a major red flag. If Wilson can be efficient against Miami, then Kirk Cousins certainly can. The Vikings haven't been perfect by any means, but they've lost only 1 game through 5 weeks, and that was on the road in primetime against a still undefeated Eagles team. Minnesota has scored at least 28 points in 3 straight games, and Jefferson is coming off a monster 154-yard performance. Cook just had a 2-touchdown game, and this offense should continue to get better as they learn Kevin O'Connell's system. Get the case to be made for the Dolphins as a home underdog, but the quarterback situation is still murky at best, and even with Tua, I've said before and I'll say it again, the offense really has some issues, and it's becoming more and more apparent week to week. Minnesota's been in close calls, so it feels a bit dicey to lay points with them on the road. But the Vikings are at least winning games, and the sense of optimism is starting to fade a bit for the Dolphins. I believe that the Vikings win this game by at least a touchdown, so the Minnesota Vikings to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both of the Jets' wins have come on the road and have been very dramatic, while their 2 losses have both come at home by 15 points. Miami is without their quarterback, and Hill and Waddle are both questionable. I expect Miami to have issues moving the ball, but their defense should have a decent day against the New York offense. Outside of the comeback 42-38 win over the Ravens, Miami has not scored more than 21 points in any of their other 4 games. With a rookie quarterback starting from a run-dominant offense in college, I expect to see a more conservative game plan, as the Dolphins do not want a shootout. I have concerns about whether or not the Dolphins' defense can slow down Minnesota, but seeing that exceeding 17 points could be a struggle for Miami, I have to believe this one ends up being a low-scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Arizona Cardinals versus Seattle Seahawks. The Arizona Cardinals take on the Seattle Seahawks in Lumen Field. The Seahawks lead this series by a thin 23-22-1 record. These division rivals have split their last 4 matchups dating back to 2020. These 2 teams will look to right the ship and get back to .500 after both losing last week. The Cardinals are 5-0-1 against the spread in their last 6 in Week 6 and 16-5-1 against the spread in their last 22 in October. Arizona is 7-3 against the spread versus a team with a losing record. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are 7-15 against the spread in their last 22 versus the NFC and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games in October. The over is 6-1 in Seattle's last 7 versus the NFC. I like this Seahawks team. They're fun to root for, and the resurgence of Geno Smith has been amazing to watch. However, their defense is terrible, and the Cardinals are due for an offensive eruption. I'm extremely high on Ken Walker, but the loss of Rashad Penny is a key one. It sometimes takes a week or 2 to get a rookie going, and I think that's what we will see here against a pretty good Cardinals defense. The Seahawks' run defense has been flat out bad. James Conner should play and get his own, and I'd even bet him to break his touchdown drought this week. If he sits, Eno Benjamin is a more than serviceable backup. I think Kyler Murray will run a lot this week too. We've seen him be more and more willing, and this could be the week where he torches this defense with his legs. If not, Hollywood Brown has been an electric factory this season. Kyler will feed Brown the targets he needs, and I could see a big play or 2 from Brown at minimum. Zach Ertz will continue to be Kyler's security blanket. This team should have absolutely no problem moving the ball in a get-right week. Sitting at 2-3 against a division rival, the Cardinals flat out cannot afford to lose this game. They've handled weaker opponents all year, and I cannot see that changing here even with the short line. So the Arizona Cardinals to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Cardinals are 1-3-1 against the over-under spread this season. The Seahawks are due for a bad offensive outing. They've been scoring way more points than they were expected to, and I believe that will start to even out as the season progresses. The Cardinals' defense is pretty good, and I think this could be the team that figures out how to stop Geno Smith. Division games are always tight and points tend to come at a premium. With both these teams being 2-3, I think we see an evenly matched battle. Seattle's run defense is terrible, and I think we will see Cliff and Kyler slow things down and control possessions and the clock with their running trio of James Conner, Eno Benjamin, and Kyler Murray. The Cardinals need to win this game for playoff purposes, and I think they will definitely take a more relaxed approach here to limit empty possessions and turnovers. I believe that this one ends up being a 30-10 final score type of game where the clock is run out for the majority of the second half, under the projected total as our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.